Charlotte Lucas in the slightest. Fancy wanting to marry a clergyman.
He'll be reading to her from Fordyce's sermons every night.
Before they go to bed. Oh, look at that hideous cloth. Would do very well for Mary, don't you think?
Look, there's Denny and Carter. And Wickham.
I suppose you'll keep Wickham all to yourself again, Lizzy.
Well, of course she will. She is violently in love with him. For heaven's sake, lower your voice.
Good afternoon to you, ladies. What a fortunate meeting, for we were about to walk towards Longbourn in search of you.
We came into town in search of you.
We were hoping we would see you at the Netherfield Ball.
And I was very sorry indeed to lose the pleasure of dancing with you there. But fate, it would seem... No, with you I must be entirely open. I decided that it would be wrong for me to be there. I found as the time drew near that I'd better not meet with Mr. Darcy. Scenes might arise unpleasant to more than myself.
I do understand, and I admire your forbearance. Not that it would give me a moment's concern to see Mr. Darcy publicly set down, but in Mr. Bingley's house, it would grieve me to see him embarrassed and discomfited.
And through him, your sister.
Yes.
I hear your cousin, Mr. Collins, is engaged to be married.
Yes, to my good friend Charlotte Lucas.
I had thought that his intentions tended in another direction.
Perhaps they did, but they took a little turn to everybody's satisfaction.
And relief.
I hope that you will stay and take tea with us. I should like to be able to introduce you to my mother and father.
Thank you.
What? Oh, indeed he is. It's very good of him to entertain us so eloquently with stories about his misfortunes. With such narratives to hand, who would read novels?
But I believe he has truly been treated contemptibly by Mr. Darcy, Father.
Well, I dare say he has, Lizzie, though Darcy may turn out to be no more of a black-hearted villain than your average rich man who's used to his own way.
It behoves us all to take very careful thought before pronouncing an adverse judgment on any of our fellow men.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I feel very sorry for poor Mr. Wickham. And so becoming in his regimentals. I remember the time when I liked a red coat myself well enough. And I do still, in my heart. And there's no need to smile like that, Miss Lizzy. And though Mr. Wickham has taken a fancy to you, I'm sure you've done nothing to deserve it. After your dealings with Mr. Collins. Well, it is all in vain. It will all come to nothing. Oh, the poor young man, if only he had 5,000 or 6,000 a year, I would be happy to see him married to any of the girls. But nothing turns out the way it should. And now Mr. Bingley, of whom we all had such expectations, is gone off forever.
What? I've heard again from Caroline Bingley. It is now quite definite that they will stay in town for the whole winter. I cannot believe it.
It is true.